Hey everyone, so I've got a new bit of kit which is a spindle moulder. Now I've never owned a spindle moulder, I've used them many times in the past but never owned one. This one showed up while I was looking at a new planer and it was a really good deal. 3-phase with a feed, power feed, so I jumped at the chance. Before I show you guys some projects using the spindle moulder, I need to buy myself some cutter heads for it. I bought one the other day here from Whitehill, looks really good. It's kind of a general straight one, but I haven't bought any profile inserts, so I'm just going to wait for that. Yeah, so I've noticed this has got pre-drilled holes, this one, for extension tables. As you know, I've got the Aigner ones. I've tried to use the power feed a little while ago, and basically, unless I run past the power feed, is just dropping the material on the floor. So I've got these extensions, so I'm just going to show you quickly how I go about fitting some extensions. Now I'm going to make these from MDF to start with because I just find it easier, and then see how they go. It'll be okay with the Aigner, the MDF, but you won't be able to use these cast iron Felder ones, which would be nice over there for smaller projects with MDF because it's just too heavy and it will twist it. But let me go ahead and show you how I go about making the brackets to hold the extensions on. So you've obviously seen this on the planer thicknesser that I had, and now I'm just going to run you through it here so you can see and maybe have a go yourself. If you want to make this compatible with Felder extensions as well as the Aigner, take your reading off the Felder table, which is actually 10mm. So this needs to be 10mm below the table. So we go over here, use my gauge, I'm going to come down. So we've got 10mm down. Then we take a measurement from there to the bottom. Now this doesn't have to be bang on because we need to just get the holes in the right place with it 10mm. So yeah, that's about 60mm down. And the length, so the sliding table can move, needs to be 440 for the length. Okay, that looks pretty good on my line. Let's get a clamp on there. Just do that loose. Make sure this is nice and tight. Let's bring that in. Spot on. Now, this is a really handy device. Let's see if you can see this. This is, I think people use this for putting raw plugs in and marking, but it's like a paint spray. So I'm going to go ahead and put that around the back here, find these holes. Just going to kind of centre it on the hole, make sure it looks straight. Give it a blast. Make sure it looks straight on here. Give it a blast, let's have a look. Okay. So that's how I've marked those positions. Found those really handy. That. Set this over to the drill press. Okay, so I bought these spacers online. I'll try and put a link in if I can find them. Need about 20mm, that's a little bit over for Felder, and about 15 for the Aigner, so they'll do. So we just put those on there. So with the Aigner stand, you're not going to have much weight on this because the stand has got a leg. But with the Felder stand, that's a whole nother game. I would like to get the Felder stand on here, but I'm going to use this MDF as a template. So, let's see if that works. Okay, that is going to work, but my MDF is too thick. It's 10mm. This needs to be 10mm and this is 12mm MDF. So I've got to take 2mm off this, just a slice off there, and then we should be good. Let's check it out. Just going to nip that to start with. Let's get it level. So if I was using this, I would get a straight edge along here. Looks a little bit high. Get a straight edge, but that looks pretty good. But what I really want to use is these, because they're just that bit longer without going into my next machine. So it gives me that outfeed, but this has got a lot of weight on it. So this is gonna have to be steel. So I think I'm gonna make a trip to my local suppliers and get myself a piece of 10mm by 60. I'll get him to cut it into two. I can just drill it here. But what my next issue is gonna be, if you can look here, these wanna sit, I'll show you. 14mm here, giving you the ability to tighten this up, and then that pulls them level and solid. So I need the steel. This is 60. I've got a screw back here. Yeah, so I basically need a piece 40 all the way along with 2 tabs for the screws. So we get that on the bandsaw. Something that looks a bit like this. Let's give that a try on the outfeed. Okay, it's good. Nip that up. Nip that up. I kind of want to try it out to see if it's worth getting one made or welded. So I'll put that on there. That's held. Yeah, that MDF wants to bend big time, but it's good. That will give me an extra 500 here, which is a whole meter from the cutting head, which will be perfect. So I think you guys can see you can make just these for anything. It's just that simple. Basically 10mm bar, anything here if you're going to use Aigner above 40mm, 40mm depth if you're going to use Felder, 10mm thick, and then the spacer needs to be between 20 and 15 mil here, depending. If it's Aigner it can just be 15, if it's Felder it needs to be more like 20. Okay, so this is cool. You saw this is the prototype which I made for clamping onto the new F3, and rather than going to the metal worker, my son, because I don't do any welding, has made this for me out of the original piece of steel that I had as an offcut. Really pleased with this. So I'm going to stick this on and let's check it out, see if it works. So he's drilled it and welded it and give it a polish for me. Really happy. Yeah. So the final finished item. Thanks for watching.